Hi everyone, it's Raina. So this video is for those people who have their natal Saturn in the second house, which is the house of the money that you earn and the possessions that you own. It's also your self-esteem. Saturn is a planet that is restrictive. Saturn deals with old age, and so delays can be connected to this area of finances, and that can manifest in different ways. A person with their natal Saturn in this house may come from a low income background. When I was compiling this list though, I was thinking about somebody that I know who I believe has Saturn in the second house and is probably a millionaire and comes from a wealthy background as well, but has some of these other characteristics. I don't think you can ever say that anything is going to be 100% in one direction or the other. I think that restriction can certainly apply, even if you come from a wealthy background. I mean, there are people who come from money and maybe the parents are playing games with money or they're neurotic about money. And so they're afraid to spend money. And the child grows up in deprivation where they could have a lot more than they have, but the parents are misers. You know, you can be a miser. As a matter of fact, that is what a miser is. A miser has the money to spend, but they won't spend it. So if there was a lack of resources growing up, obviously that can manifest as a fear in adulthood. But I also think that Saturn is the Lord of Karma, and I was getting my information from a site called advancedastrology.com. I've been using them lately, and they're really good. But they didn't mention anything about the karmic connection. I think sometimes when people have neurotic tendencies around money and they don't have, you know, a background in this lifetime with financial deprivation, that it probably is coming from another lifetime. And so that's what I was talking about when I'm talking about misers, where the person is like they have a phobia about spending money, like somehow they're going to get punished for it later on, and they're going to die in poverty or something. So there's a poverty consciousness that can be here. Saturn can be fears, so there can be a fear of being poor, maybe coming from a background like this. The lack consciousness that the person has can be regardless of the amount of money that is actually in the bank account. So the behavior can be very frugal around money. People with this placement may not spend money that they don't need to spend. So I was just thinking about this term. I don't know how many people use it anymore, about making do. That's what people used to say. We're just going to make do. And just try to get by with what you have and not spend money that the person doesn't think that they need to. But, to the outsider, that person may look like they're a cheapskate, that they're really like a tightwad. And there can be fear around that's why they're doing that. Now, this is the area of self-esteem, and I was pointing out, we talk about net worth, and that could be the second house, but what about self-worth? Is it tied to that? Some of these people may tie the amount of money that they earn to their self-esteem. But this is kind of paradoxical and problematic. The same people may not charge enough for their services because they, maybe they don't want other people to have to pay so much money. To them, money is maybe a burden that people have to pay, and they don't feel like doing that to others as well. This type of person can be good at saving money, so that's actually a good thing. And the other thing too is that I keep saying these people, I'm talking about you, so I should be saying you. Um, you like investments that are long term. I'm hardly a financial expert, so I'm assuming by long term investments that they're talking about things like CDs that mature, or other things that you keep for long periods of time, and then they I can't think of that term. Yeah, you say it matures like I don't even know. Do they even have treasury bonds anymore? Things like that. Or even just like if you're playing the stock market, that you're not the type to just like pull in, that you might like just say, I'm going to leave it there and I'm not going to look at it because I don't want to just see the ups and downs. I'm just going to, commit for the long term. This is one of those placements, and this is true of Saturn, where you have to work to build your wealth. You can't just expect shortcuts. Although, again, I don't think that we can say anything 100%. There might be people who have this placement who are able to, manage. Maybe they get money from other sources. But even if you were to get money from other people, you would still probably be very frugal, and you would make that money grow because you would be looking, instead of just blowing it, you would be looking for the long term, for you know, the long haul. And the important point to make in all of this is that you take money very seriously. And if you have a background in this lifetime and you remember when resources were limited, that can be like a really great motivating factor. Now, I don't know if Paul McCartney has this placement, but I don't know what I saw. I see so much stuff, read so much stuff, but I think I was looking at a picture of him on YouTube. I think I'm subscribed to his YouTube channel, and he put out like a picture and said Happy Mother's Day, and he showed his parents and him and his brother. And I think he grew up in like the equivalent in America of public housing, like how they have in England. I think they call them council flats or something. And when I looked at the picture, I was like, wow, he really did look like he kind of, came from a very modest background. And of course, I don't know what his net worth is, but obviously he's very wealthy now. But I actually heard that he was pretty tight, with, his spending, just like in general, not just what he would pay somebody else, but he probably doesn't really, live a lavish lifestyle compared to some other rock stars. So whether or not he has this placement, the point being that he probably remembered, and I think he might have even said that in an interview about, how it was before, and that is a motivating factor. And so that might be how you approach it. And again, in the second half of life, you may find that all of those good financial habits have paid off, and maybe you even loosen up a little bit, because Saturn tends to bring a more relaxed attitude when the person gets older. So hopefully that is the case for you, because what is the purpose of money besides staying alive? It's for enjoyment. Of course, it can help other people too, but you know what I mean. So There was something else that I had written or typed out here. I think maybe that's it. Okay. I know I want to say something else, but anyway, I think that's enough. I hope that you enjoyed this. Maybe this resonated. If you would like a natal chart interpretation, I have some combination readings, like a deep dive with transit reading and other types. Please click on the link below to find out more information. And thank you for listening. Take care. Bye.